Welcome everybody to 285 Live. This is the new show outside the perimeter where we just talk about sports. And that's it. We outside the perimeter. We got your boy Mad Dog here hosting. We got Sir Garrett joining us today.
Yes, sir. And for a quick second, baby Sir Gary.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And of course, you know, we got YMF Jeff. What's up,
Yes,
man?
man, your mother's favorite, man. It never changed. It's just always stayed the same. I feel like it's just glad to be. I'm glad to be back. I don't know about y'all, but I'm glad to be back.
Man,
Y'all,
Always.
it's been so long, man. I'm just like, I don't even know how to do this no more. Like, what's going on, man?
Hey, I forgot how to lock
Yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about baseball, man. It just wrapped up the World Series. Had a surprising winner. To me, I think it's surprising to see the Rangers finally get one. What y'all think about that?
Um, they were talking. So the analysts were talking about the Rangers for a good minute as their dark horse, but
Yeah.
they weren't expecting them to win. I would have to agree. Uh, it was a long shot in my opinion, but hey, baseball is baseball.
What you got? Say YMF Jeff.
man, you already know it. I think it's pretty disgusting. I mean, we talk Ranger like Texas Rangers. Like,
I
no,
mean, but out
oh,
of, out of any team though, like that's like an unassuming team compared to like the Phillies, the Red Sox, somebody like that. I'm like the Rangers. Whatever. It don't bother me too much.
it bothers me because the Cowboys didn't win that, and we
Come
talking
on.
Texas. Wow,
You can't bring the Cowboys into everything, man.
this is insane.
That's crazy. But yeah, so what y'all feel about the Braves, man? We had this historic season. Like, how do y'all feel about just everything that went down with that?
Man, honestly, I feel like I talked to Sir Garrett about this earlier. Um, I felt like personally that there was some turmoil in the clubhouse that could have affected their play, especially during the postseason. You look at a very pivotal game in which you have a beast on the other side in Bryce Harper from Philly, but he really came out to play, and the Braves just didn't come out to, oh, hey, hello, and the Braves just didn't come out to play. So they just
What about you, Sir Garrett? We were just talking about the Braves, the historic run we just had. How do you feel about that, man? Like with everything that turned out in the playoffs.
This is a disappointment. It really was. I'd say it was more disappointing than anything, just seeing as how they've had such a great offensive production, and all of a sudden it was nowhere to be found. And let's not take anything away from the Phillies. The Phillies are some dogs, especially Bryce Harper. Like Bryce Harper is a two-time MVP. Like you can't take that away from him. And to me, Bryce Harper, along with a few other people, but particularly Bryce Harper, to me is like the LeBron James of baseball.
Yeah,
Because you saw what happened when Arcia was talking about, so, oh yeah, do it again, Harper, whatever it was. Like every single hit that Bryce had after that was basically a home run, and he had every right to stare him down. He had every right to stare every Braves player down. He had every right because I mean nobody was doing anything.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
So I mean, and Bryce is only 31.
Yeah, yeah, a monster.
So
That's all I got to say. He's a monster. I don't even
you
like the
have at least.
Phillies.
Oh no! Trust me, I don't either. Trust me, because that's our rivals. But
Yeah.
you have to give respect. You know what I'm saying? They
Oh yeah.
they didn't they didn't just beat them. They didn't just shut them down. I mean sweep them. They shut them down. Like there was no offense whatsoever for these jokers.
Yeah.
Like Acuna, Acuna, your favorite, you're the most likely MVP of the NL, not coming in, didn't show up. Matt Olson, the number one home run hitting first baseman player in the MLB, no Nowhere to be seen. Austin Riley, he kind of tried to put the team on his back, but it was hard, right?
Yeah.
Michael Harris was really nowhere to be found. And our pitching staff, they weren't effective. So I'm like, so did y'all think y'all just gonna walk into this and be handed the trophy? Because I'd much rather take 2021, you know what I'm saying, Braves, because there were some dogs. They fought.
Yeah. And
I think you got to also think about the fact that we let go of some very key pieces. We let some very key pieces get away from us. I mean, Pearl Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Freddie Freeman. Let them get away from us. Once we let Freddie Freeman get away, he really embodied what we were at, in Atlanta, what the Braves were. After Chipper Jones and them, they left after Bobby Cox. I think, he retired or whatever the case may have been. Like, all we had was Freddie. And we let him go. Once we let him go, I feel like, we kind of lost a bit of our identity. We didn't have that veteran that we once had in the clubhouse, and that's what we missed. We call him Money Mike. He wasn't money. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who the real key was. Will Smith. Not Jada Will Smith, but the real deal was Will Smith. This is his third consecutive World Series win. Like, this man been on 3 different teams, and he the only one producing. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. But go ahead.
I was about to say, he is like the epitome of hard nose, bro. Like, he comes in, he does his job, and he goes home.
Yeah.
And now, basically, just solidified himself as being a Hall of Famer.
Man, he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT at this point. Like,
it's 3 for 3.
That's crazy. So
that's more than certain athletes in different sports. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, going back to back. First of all, as a player in baseball is way harder than any other sport. But a trifecta? Like, come on, man.
Oh no, I think golf up there, bro.
Golf? Okay, come on.
Come on, bro. That's hard.
Tiger Woods got like 12 back to back. Like, come on.
Oh, dang.
If you the man in golf, you're just the man. It's different being on a team sport than it is being a solo star. Like Serena.
Yeah.
Serena, she did her thing for years.
dog, certified.
Yeah. So like being in baseball, just like everything that goes with it, it's different. Even from football and even from basketball, like it's easier to get back to back in basketball. I feel you got less players, you got less people to worry about. You can have that 1 or 2 guys be your star in basketball, but you can't really just lean on 1 or 2 stars in baseball. Like everybody got to kind of do their part. That's where I see the Braves kind of fell off. We were hanging on Acuna and all of our big dogs, but we really needed everybody to step in, pitchers included. Like,
do you think that this matter is more of a when we say team matter, you got to bring in the front office, you got to bring in the coaches, you got to bring in, of course, the players. You got to even bring in the health staff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's everything. But we can't really lean on that excuse no more for our health staff because our man.
They didn't wrap his ankle the right way. You know how that goes.
Hey man, look.
I think it's a front office issue because I feel like this is probably the best they've created since the late '90s, early 2000s when they went on that, division leading run, 10-year division leading run. Like this is probably the best lineup statistically they've ever created. I think it was more a matter of plan and exit these guys. You've seen these guys for years. Like you've seen the Phillies. You see the Phillies at least 12 times a year.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
I think another key thing is like
these guys have your number. You're supposed to have.
What's up? I know YMF Jeff. You're saying something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think another key thing is like basically we didn't play a lot of key players that we were supposed to play. Um, a lot we didn't play throughout the whole playoffs. Actually, if you want to be completely honest, um, when you ask about names, I completely forgot because we had a conversation about weeks ago, me and Brad. But there was so many players that they should have played that they didn't play that got us over the hump in the World Series when we needed them the most. And the fact that we didn't play them, it hurt us a lot,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot.
Like Eddie Rosario, where was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Right.
no names.
Vaughn Grissom, where was he? I'm sure because he's down there in AAA with the Gwinnett Stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They dang near call him every year. They tell him they hit the playoff.
Yeah.
So forte in a way, from what I would have done if I was Snitker, I would have sat Michael Harris down and put Vaughn Grissom in.
Yeah. And not to harp on the Braves too much, but do you feel, and that's not a pun intended. I know Bryce Harper, but do you feel like the Phillies have headspace in the Braves organization? Like, do you feel like they could be our potential kryptonite going forward? Because that's back to back that we've had disappointing series against them, and it's crazy.
I think so. I think so. It's like in any sport. I mean, to be honest, like you look at basketball, the NBA. You know, LeBron James and that Cavaliers team, they lived rent free in Toronto, like in their heads for the longest. They couldn't get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Now we looking at the Braves, like we talking disappointed. You know, because especially when you think about the hype that we had at the beginning of the season. Um, and like I think we didn't. I think the hype wasn't good for us. We didn't really need that. I don't think everybody was locked in the way they said he was locked in either, because it kind of showed too.
Yeah, definitely. So Garrett, what you got to say?
Yeah, definitely that type to where it's you're gonna have to scrap the entire time, and they play each other enough to know tendencies. They play each other enough to know weaknesses. They play each other enough to know alignments. So Philly always been a contender. And if you paid attention to the World Baseball Classic, everyone should have known that Trey Turner was going to be a problem. You know, everybody knew Trey was going to be a problem too. But what we didn't know was, who was it, Castellanos, something like that?
Yeah.
That mug was a problem. Like, he really was one of those guys where if you walked in, it's like, like if you weren't like up on the NL like that, then you were like, who is this guy? But he showed out. He definitely proved that he wanted it. And guys like that, the guys that really want it, especially on a rival team, you got to look out for them. Like, because everybody's so focusing on Trey and Bryce, but you still got 7 other people on that lineup that you have to worry about too.
Quick question, because we talk Texas and the World Series. Like when it comes to the World Series, do y'all feel like that Arizona Diamondbacks team, like, do you think they're gonna be a threat next season? Like, cause
nope. Hold on.
I ain't gonna lie, like I seen them play throughout the season, and I didn't think they was even gonna make it that far. So.
Yeah, what I like to attribute it as, they're a diamond in the rough. Like, there's always those diamond in the rough teams that will surprise you. So, like this year though, it was 2. There were 2 diamond in the roughs, and it's just unfortunate that it happened that way. If I feel like if Arizona would have played anybody else, they probably would have won. But the fact that they were so hyped, they were rallying. They come from the wild card. They get there and they had that momentum. And baseball is really a momentum game. Like, if you're not constantly playing, the other team kind of has an advantage. And that's what they were looking into. They were like, hey, all these teams that were on top that had that, couple days off, they all ended up losing. And not even losing.
Yeah, that's true.
Losing close games. The Braves pretty much got blown out. A couple of those games, you know.
Yeah.
Even the game we won, it was we had to come from behind, and I think it was the eighth inning or the ninth inning. I was watching the game, and you know you can't rely on that. You can't, be hopeful that you'll come back and be a top team. And you broke all these records. You broke all this every modern record, which we're gonna go into later because there were some rule changes that kind of attributed to that. But to me, I'm like, that disappointed me the most because I'm like, we are a historic team, and we lose to first we lost to the Phillies, and then the Phillies end up losing, and then like it was just like a staircase of everybody that beat us ended up losing. Can't hear you. Hey Jeff, your sound. No, we have some technical difficulties right now.
I'm here.
Okay. I was talking to Jeff while you were going. He seemed like he having some sound issues right now.
Oh, we back. I'm on
Okay,
there.
he back. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Well, I was just talking to
Hold on. All right, there we go. But yeah, so
Something about the roof.
what's up? What you say, Sir Garrett?
No, go ahead.
Oh, so what I was gonna say is,
No, go ahead.
just different experiences from baseball fans. I consider myself a casual baseball fan. I don't watch all 6,000 games going into the season. I'll catch 14 at the beginning, 14 at the end, and then I'll watch the playoffs. I want to get your perspective, Sir Gary, because you're the baseball guy. You're the expert that I go to when I have questions about baseball. What from your perspective, just give us like what this season looked like to you, not just the Braves, just like in general. What did you saw from the season?
It was fun. It was very fun to watch. I think that taking out that lull time in between pitches and things like that made it more fun, more attentive for the audience. It's more exciting for sure, given the rules. Like you said, we're going to talk about the rules later.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like, okay, we're in and out. Like it didn't seem like the game was being rushed. It just seemed like it was perfectly paced. All-Star game was great. You know what I mean? The festivities are all top notch. But I always, I enjoyed it greatly because I don't want to sit here and because I watch it, like, this is how crazy of a fan I am. Like, I watch it on TV. I listen to it on the radio when I'm out, when I'm driving from work.
Yeah.
And I kind of like watch in a scenario like I'm the one playing the game. So I'm trying to figure out what pitch is going to be thrown, this, that, and the third. So in between those times when the announcers are trying to figure out some funny stats to bring up, like, oh, every time he ties his left shoe first, he bats 400. Like, worry about hearing those type of weird stats. You know what I mean? It's like they get their quick little answer, then we're back to the game. And then they also started miking up the players, which I thought was cool too, because it was funny because like they do that during spring training, and my favorite one is like when Freddie Freeman was mic'd up one year, and he was like interacting with the announcers at the same time, and a lot of people need that type of entertainment because they already say baseball is boring, so that type of stuff is really cool.
What you seen out there, Jeff?
I just feel like, we go back to the rule changes. You know what I'm saying? Them rule changes really just change everything. It changed everything. I think the one rule that I had, it took me a little minute to get used to is that little pitching clock they got going on.
Yeah.
They want the game to go a certain pace, which is good but then again, I just missed those late nights, 2 in the morning, and I used to, the 2 in the morning nights. But I understand that people got kids and work in the morning, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like for the yeah, like we said, we're gonna go into the rule changes later, but the pitching clock, like Sir Garrett said, kind of made it more exciting because it is a faster pace. Even though I do kind of I understood why people prefer to not have it. You get more consistency out of your pitchers, I would say, when they're not rushed. But it is entertainment at the end of the day. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this season more than most seasons that I've watched. I'm going to 2 games this season. Both we won, so that was good too. But yeah, it's been a good experience, especially being at the Battery. All these, it feels like people are more. They're not as fair weather fans like they used to be with the Braves. Like there's people who are actually like diehards now,
Yeah.
and I've been enjoying just interacting with people about the Braves. I feel like I started to lose that interest in baseball around like 2010s. It was just kind of samey to me, but it's like everything that they've done, they put in a lot of work to make it more exciting for casual fans like myself. And I'm glad to hear that it's exciting for people who are baseball fanatics too. So that was a pretty good perspective on that.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was about to say too, a lot of it's kind of sidebar, but a lot of the stadiums are starting to emulate the campus that the Braves have, and I think once they saw that and saw how much revenue and so how much, entertainment, the entertainment portion of it went up, that's when everybody's like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So, and I love going up to the Battery, even when the Braves aren't playing,
Yeah.
I just love that much. So, that was a very smart move to have an entertaining campus and an entertaining team, so that it brings in more money and more fans. So, smart move.
Yeah. What's your expectations for next season? Like, what do you want to see from the Braves and any other teams, and maybe rule changes that you would probably implement if you were like, official?
I'd probably get rid of the pickover move.
Mm.
So after 3 attempts to pick over to the base, you have to pitch the ball.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why Cunha was able to get 70 stolen bags this year, because he's like, oh, that's 3. I'm finna take off on you, boy. So it kind of it takes away that portion. I think, it plays along the lines of like, hey, we want more runs. The pitchers are throwing 100 miles an hour. It's hard to hit. 100 miles an hour is hard to hit. Shoot, for the regular person, 80 miles an hour is hard to hit.
That's for sure.
Right? So imagine 100. So it's already hard enough for these guys to come in day in, day out, have to see 100 miles an hour every day, right? They get on the base path. They've expanded the bases, which is cool, to give a better chance of the base runners being safe, which I agree with. Like, if you're going to have pitchers that throw 100, give me a little bit more room, you know what I'm saying, to get an actual opportunity to pitch, to steal.
Mm-hmm.
But the pickover move, nah, because I know you're gone. As a pitcher, like, I know you're gone. As a runner, I'm like, I'm counting. You know what I mean? It takes away from your defensive aspect as well. So, and puts more pressure on the pitcher. It's like, okay, I can't mess this pitch up. It has to be perfect. Next thing you know, it's in the dirt, and they took 2 bases. So I don't like that rule.
Any overall expectations for the Braves or the game itself?
Get out the first round.
Yeah. Most definitely get out the first round, and then be consistent. Like, just be consistent with the way that we play. What they like to add, like, because the fan base we already got that down pat. Like, we got like, it's where it needs to be. It's been that way for the past It's been that way for a little minute now. So
Yeah, I really want to see the Braves play the Yankees. I really want to see them. I really want to
That's
see that.
that's my dream is to
y'all
see.
just want y'all want to see that. Yeah,
We have to see the Braves defeat the greatest baseball franchise of all time. That's it.
Care about because then you can't tell me nothing at that point. You can't tell me nothing. They already the Braves have what 3 or 4 World Series now under their
yeah,
belt.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and the Yankees have how many? 20 something?
Yeah. 21, I think. Let me double
Right.
check that.
So while you're looking that up, that's why I'm just like I want them to go up against the historically best teams
27.
in 27. I want them to go up against the most historical based teams in all of the franchises of the league. So you're talking about they already defeated the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to beat the Dodgers, right? They beat they beat the Astros just out of on justice type joint. I didn't not happen to them. Austin, like I want to see a series like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, some type of that would be nice.
I don't want to see the Red Sox. I hate the Red Sox.
Well, they're terrible now, but
Yeah.
back when they had like the Dustin Pedroias and you know what I'm saying, Big
that 2000 era Red Sox was disgusting.
It's like, like
disgusting.
Braves were filthy too.
Yeah, but there's nothing we could do with Manny Ramirez and Big Papi and there's nothing.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
With that.
Yeah. But let's go back to rule changes. Oh wait, we didn't get we did get your perspective. Never mind. Let's go back to rule changes. Like we said, they changed they added the pitcher timer. Is that what they call it? Pitcher timer?
Pitcher clock.
Pitcher clock. They've made the bases slightly bigger. Do you feel like that impacts like Acuna's modern record today?
Well,
I don't think so.
You know what I mean? I think he was already an athletic dude, but no one else studied the rules more than him. Like I said, he's counting the pitch overs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's not necessarily waiting for them to pick over, but he has been made aware of that rule. And the think about this too. This man is coming off of, was it like an ACL or MCL tear?
Yeah.
70 bases this year?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
So I feel 50-50. I feel like he did a very good job with his physical therapy, and he studied the rules very, very well. Because when it comes to stealing a base, it's a game of centimeters, not inches, but centimeters.
Yeah.
The inches are really big. Yeah, I feel like that helped out a lot.
I feel like the whole bags being slightly bigger. I don't think that really impacted his ability to get to the bases as consistently as he did. I don't think that really impacted it because it's like he already has one of the best base running coaches in the game to ever really do it.
Yeah.
In Washington. So when you have that, and I'm pretty sure he practices it a lot. And like Brad said, he studies it. He knows the rules. But I don't think that really made a big impact on it or anything like that.
What do you think, Mad Dog? What do you think?
Like you said, it can go either way. Acuna is Acuna, so you really can't take that away from him. If it was the same, I feel like he still would have probably set a modern record. But I do see where people can be like, okay, it is more room to tag the base. It is rules changes automatically are going to make it easier for people going forward to break records and to set records like that. But I don't want to discredit his ability because he is amazing. He is, like you said, he took advantage of what everybody else could have took advantage of. Everybody else could have set that same record, but he's a student of the game. He just drinks baseball, like water, and he adopts. And coming off a injury like that, it's just amazing to see because that's who we knew he was like that. We knew he was going to do all these things, and he still has time to do more things, to set higher records. But it was just nice to see him break that record, to see how excited everybody was, to just see it's for me it's exciting to see Atlanta in general doing something important because for the longest we've been kind of at a standstill in all of our sports. Even when we won the World Series, it was like, it was like revitalizing, and then UGA was starting to win, so it was like, ooh, let's get that Falcons 2016 curse off of our chest, even though they still want to bring that up. But it was good to have, something. It's good to have something to cheer for in general. What are you gonna say, Jeff? I was cutting you off.
Oh no, it was probably a good thing. You said you already mentioned the Falcons, and so yeah.
And speaking of things that we hate, for the last topic, just to kind of unwind a little bit, kind of wrap up the series, the show tonight. Who are your teams that you can't stand in baseball? I'll just throw it out there. I already said the Red Sox were mine, but I'm gonna let y'all speak on that.
Man, that I can't stand.
Yeah, like they make you want to just hurl.
I can't stand the Astros.
I don't think I really
I can't stand the Astros.
Hold on, Jeff. Let Sir Garrett speak on this. Speak on the Astros.
Yeah. I can't stand the Astros just because of how they went about winning and being found out about, their cheating and things like that. The league did not take it upon themselves to retaliate towards them. Therefore, the players took it into their hands. And then all of a sudden, the league was just like, if any more players retaliate against the Astros, they're going to be severely punished. So I'm just like, so y'all are condoning what they do now?
Mm.
And it's not like, and then I think the following year they won. So it irked me even more. So I'm like, so y'all didn't even need to cheat the first time in order to try and win. So what was the point in doing such a thing? And this is not on Dusty Baker because I respect Dusty. Dusty was a Brave. Look it up. And I respect him wholeheartedly. I think that was on someone else on that staff that did that. But that Astros team overall, nah, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with it. I used to think the Yankees were overrated. You pay all that. And it irked me because they always are able to pay like 6 people almost like $400 million, and they don't do a doggone thing about it anymore. What happened to Giancarlo Stanton?
Who?
Stanton. What happened to Stanton? What happened to Donaldson?
Yeah.
What happened to Garrett Cole? I mean, Garrett Cole's tough. Good to him, right? Everybody talks about, I want to play for the Yankees until they got to shave their beard off and they look like they're 6.
Yeah, that is it is, from what I hear, is a nightmare organization.
Yeah, now it is for sure.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
What about you, Jeff? Your team?
I don't really have a team that I really dislike, but for a minute I didn't like the Cubs because I didn't like Sammy Sosa. I could not stand.
Really?
Yeah, I can, because he just reminded me too much of Michael Jackson, and so it just really did. Yeah, it just really did something to me.
You don't like the Dominicans, man?
No, you're talking about post Sammy. You're talking about post baseball Sammy Sosa.
And
Like the
Sammy,
hit.
yeah, I ain't like him.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like while he was playing or something.
I still
No,
ain't like him.
he's saying that like the Cubs after that.
Long gone
Yeah,
though.
'cause I feel like they did that to him.
Probably.
I feel like they did that to him.
Not the Rangers, who he played for after the Cubs.
No, I wasn't like it.
Didn't he play for somebody
Y'all
else
try to.
too?
I
No.
think.
Or was it just the
I
Cubs
don't
and the?
know.
It was the White Sox, the Cubs, and then the Rangers. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you feel like it
The
was the
White
Cub?
Sox. Yeah, it had to be them. It wasn't Texas. Yeah. See, y'all try to put this narrative on Texas. It's not. It's not.
I didn't
It's
put no
not.
narrative on them. I like
I'm talking about
Texas.
when it comes to sports,
I
y'all
like
try.
Texas as a whole. What you mean?
That's what. No, you don't.
I don't like Dallas. I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. That's it. I don't have a problem with Texas.
America's team.
I like Houston. I like San Antonio. Um, I don't mind Arlington. That's where I think that's where the Rangers play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the only team I have a problem with is the Cowboys, and it's not because it's not because of Dallas. It's because of the fans, and it's because everybody claims that it's America's team and all this, and it hasn't been America's team since before you were born. So
Tom Brady.
So, whoa! Don't bring my age. You're gonna make me look old here. I just feel like like when it just comes to like nowadays sports is just everything's entertainment. So I'm just trying to figure out like is all of this stuff real? Y'all think it's real? Is it played out? Is
Ooh.
it the same like love for the game? We trying to win.
it's hard to say it for baseball. I can't really
Yeah.
tell.
Really? Not really.
Yeah, I mean, speak
Nah,
on
it's
it.
kind of easy to tell when this shit is when it with the BS for the start.
Yeah.
Speak on it more, because as I said, I'm a casual. So
So okay. The next time you go to a game, and there's my own little conspiracy about this, right? Next time you go to a Braves game, don't watch the game, watch the umpires because they have certain hand signals throughout each inning.
Yes, man.
So I don't know if they're like, okay, we're going to shrink the pitching zone. We're only going to call things below the knee. We're going to call, in addition to all the pitches, we're going to call everything above the letters. I don't know what those signals mean, but I feel like they are talking about it amongst themselves through the hand signs. Now,
Okay.
it's easy to script because the umpires dictate the zone. So if it's like if the first two innings and the pitcher's throwing the ball perfectly below the knees, like below the strike zone, and the umpire's calling a strike, then all of a sudden the game is like three-run differential, and the favorite team is down and they're up to bat. Next thing you know, that same pitcher the ball, and you got people hitting the bases. Next thing you know, the pitcher has to throw the ball a little bit higher to hit the strike zone, somewhere hittable for the batter. And next you know, because these are professionals, dang near 85% of them can do it, hit the ball out, the crowd goes crazy, ratings go up. And I think it's a lot easier to script baseball than it is any other sport. So, and then also, too, I want y'all to keep in mind, even though I'm happy for the Rangers, this was the lowest viewed World Series ever.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that with Arizona and the Texas Rangers. You're not gonna get too many people trying to tune in.
If this was Arizona versus my bad. If this was Philadelphia versus the Rangers, then you would have got a lot more views.
Yeah, 100%.
Because everybody loves a good East Coast, West Coast type of thing. You're not gonna get Midwest, West Coast type of game. Like nobody's gonna really watch that.
And the Philly fan base is one of the biggest fan bases out there too.
for sure.
Yeah.
This good.
I can't even tell you who's a Diamondbacks fan. Like, I'm,
Right.
I've seen maybe one or two people on my timeline, have even said anything about the Diamondbacks.
Nope. Not a single thing. So I mean, like I said, I feel like it could be scripted. I feel like it could be placed in some team's favor, right?
Yeah.
Because that was part of the Atlanta curse too. It just seemed like Atlanta was a sacrificial lamb until someone stood up and was just like, enough is enough.
Yeah. I agree.
If basically, and it sounds so terrible to say, rest his soul, but it's like, you give us Hank Aaron, we give you a World Series. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Not trying to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to get that drastic type of thing for it. I'm just like, man, any Atlanta sport, like Georgia, it just felt like something had to give in order for Georgia to win national championship, right? Something had to give for the Hawks to go to the Eastern Conference Final back to back.
Yeah.
Something had to give. Something had to give for the Braves to lose in the second round of every playoff game for like 5 years straight.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what did the city do? Like, did they not pay their dues? You feel me? Like, why can't we win anything? So
it's just too many black people. They didn't like that.
Yeah, you gotta think. Like Atlanta, like we embody. Like, I mean, like kudos to LA and New York, and but like when we talk creativity, man, and authenticity, I think that's how you say that word. I don't know, y'all, but we embody all of that. Boy, look, bro, it's a new word. Authenticity.
That's the word. You said it right.
Oh, that's the word. Oh! All right then. 1 point for me, shoot. Yeah. But yeah, man, we embody all of that, man. And like you said, everything black. Black is better. I mean, everything is better the way it is.
You gonna get us canceled before we get started, bro. All right, final thoughts. I'm gonna let you start. YMF Jeff, final thoughts.
Win. The Braves need to win. Every team need to win, but there's only one. That's why at the end you heard that song, that one shining moment. Like, come on, and you know you won.
All right, so Garrett, what you got?
stupid, bro. First off, I like this. I like this segment because we dang near talk about this stuff every day, if not every other day. Secondly, Atlanta needs to show up more. Atlanta needs to be more consistent, and the city as a sports city needs to do better. The front office has gotten great for the Braves. The front office for the Falcons have gotten better. I'm just praying that the Hawks follow suit, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not even a basketball fan like that. I will watch the playoffs, but I'm not even a basketball fan like that. I hoop, but I'm not a hooper. There's a difference. I just pray that the Hawks, just follow suit. Just give us something to talk about as an entire city. You feel me? Like all season long. That's all.
Man, what else can be said, man? We had a great time. Just being back in this space with you guys, just talking any sport for me is just. I'll talk soccer. I don't know too much about soccer, but we can make it up as we go. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us for the first episode of Outside the Perimeter. It's your boys 285 live. We're back live, man.
Yes, sir.
The format's not gonna stop us. If we gotta do this online the whole time, we're just gonna do it online. It's more about us getting together and talking than even just doing this show. We're just glad y'all enjoying it. We're glad that people are seeing us from Germany, from Africa, from Japan, and we're just just humble people from Atlanta, just trying to just have a good time on these podcasts. We're not trying to tear nobody down. We're not trying to, be those divisive podcasts, those divisive entertainment. But we just thank y'all for subscribing. We thank y'all for following us on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok. There's gonna be more content coming soon. I promise you, we're gonna be out here doing these things. Make sure y'all catch the next episode. We're gonna have Priesthood on here, along with YMF Jeff. We're gonna be talking about basketball, talking about the Hawks. We're gonna be talking about this new in-season tournament format that I'm still trying to figure out myself.
Crazy.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Sir Gary, since you're not going to be able to join us tonight because you got this banquet baseball player over there. You got any thoughts on the basketball season and what's going on with the in-season tournament?
You know what? I'm very interested as how wasn't it Wimbleway?
Yep.
Wembenyama.
I'm interested in. I've seen his stats. I've seen him play. I think that he's going to be something serious.
Yeah.
He may have a slump somewhere in the middle of the season because I don't think he's used to not just this intensity, but also the duration of the season. So we'll see. He's in a monster of a conference in that West Coast. We'll see how they fare, man, because San Antonio ain't really been up there like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When you talk about Wemby Faya, he like 7'9". When you talk 7'9", 7'9" with an 8'9" wingspan, it don't get no taller than that.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gonna have a successful career. Lots of championships? No, I don't see championships. I see a lot of records being broken. You said two? You see two? I don't know. I don't see a lot of them. I might see one, but I can't see anyway, so I don't really see much. So, I mean, when you think about 3?
No, I'm saying we're talking post LeBron, post Curry, and post KD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, then I can see that then. But his team has to be better around him, and he has to be better around his team.
Yeah, they're gonna improve.
Yeah, because they look like they. Yeah.
I mean, Keldon Johnson was out there balling. So.
Yeah, he has been balling. We just pray that the Hawks do good too.
Look, we're gonna talk about basketball on the basketball episode. Thank y'all for joining. Make sure y'all subscribe.